Trubor nakaslem jong unongsan Hima.
National Health Mission Meghalaya haringkat ka jentre langbat ka sarva shiksha abhiyan Meghalaya kala Pynlong ya ka wal no tobacco de hakas ngi baar kata kalai phawai terek ubanai jemang arajar arpoar ya ka bala Pynlong ha State Convention Center kum shibanta ban pensapreng ya ka khubor shiki pat ba bakin sange no naka jingdi duma kabawan ra jings new omtang ya ubri ubadi yaka henry wat iki badan saudong saukun bat kumju ya ka mariang Hagati kasngi uba Donald P. Walang IAS ubadai u Additional Chief Secretary ka Sorkar Jylla ulalong ukongsan. Bad Uram Kumar ubadai u Mission Director jongka National Health Mission ulalong kumusumbut kongsan. Hagati kasngi lawan ya shumenta daki skul baper nakaleng ka Jylla. Haga bala sam kusnamru syakitu ki skul ki bajob ya ka best slogan. Halor ki jingtho banyalap shikipat ba halor ka jingsni uduma.
I find that 1 in 3 person who enter my room, I am very sensitive to the smell of tobacco. It's like I find someone smoking. And in a meeting I asked, how many of you actually smoke? No one raised their hands. It's always like that, right? They know that it's not a great habit to be proud of. In health, national health mission, people smoke. And I'm very curious to ask, where did you learn this? When did you start doing this? 90% plus. Not even 90, you can say easily 100%. All of them start in school time. That's why intervening at school becomes a very important agenda for us. What the rallies and all the methods we are taking now will not give immediate results. But in the next 10 years we want to reduce the consumption of tobacco. 1 in 2 adults smoking or chewing tobacco is not a good sign. Shillong, I don't know how many of you kids know. Some of you might be aspiring doctors or health professionals or teachers and others. Meghalaya is the cancer capital of entire India in terms of at least esophagus, nose, throat cancers. We are the cancer capital. Our oncologist from Negrims would passionately tell you all on the effects of it because he sees on a daily basis the effects of it, and we can't. The moment they come to the hospitals, it's already too late. Many of them when they come to hospitals, it's very, very late. And it's very difficult to save our people at that stage. So they understand that this initiative, this idea to stop cancer can start only with the habit and lifestyle practices. That's why we are focusing on school. That's why we are having school kids, teachers and etc. I have seen some of these rallies myself, in Shillong, outside Shillong and etc. When I see those rallies, in fact, I thought, why do I not smoke? Why did not I get any, where were not my friends who were smoking and etc. I used to think about it. I actually very fondly remember my school and teachers. In fact, when I thought about it, none of my class students, none of my classmates, friends, smoked at least till I remember I was in touch with most of them till I was 24, 25 years old. None of them smoked. Because as a school, we had a strict discipline on smoking and habits. They were not fully focused on education or making someone extremely the smartest, brightest, no. They were not very focused on that, but they were very focused on getting good behavior. Not in a very disciplining manner, but in a very educative manner. I remember my teacher, I remember one person had come who was a cancer patient. That time the word cancer was associated only with movies. We always saw cancer patients only in movies. We have never seen a cancer patient, in life. This person was struggling to speak because of a throat cancer. He was speaking, and those days are not of this very high definition microphones or etc. So he was trying to tell. He was a cancer survivor, and he had taken this effort to go to the schools and talk to children about cancer because he started smoking at the age of 10, 11, using tobacco. So then he came to us and he spoke, and it struck us, as kids it struck us. The role of teachers in this and the schools in this and the community is so important. None of my parents smoke, my family members smoke, so it never came to me as a habit. So it is like, good habits also can be contagious. It's as simple as that. It can be a good habit and it has to be given around a child and to prove that this to be a good habit. Otherwise it's not possible to do this on a long run.
For producing 300 cigarettes, you need to cut one tree. 1 week from now, we'll be celebrating World Environment Day and we'll be going and planting trees all over. So remember that. World Environment Day just 1 week after World No Tobacco Day. And every time you smoke or you take a drag of the cigarette, it impacts the environment. And also, the cigarette butts which are left behind after you smoke, it is not biodegradable. It stays there. And it reaches the water bodies and all. As mentioned, it poisons the fishes and the living organisms over there. So therefore, it is very important that we observe this day and learn and disseminate this information on the ill effects of tobacco, on the ill effects of smoking. The second part I would like to mention over here is that everybody is talking on this day, World No Tobacco Day, on smoking. The girls over here, so what's the big deal? We are girls, we're not going to smoke. In all probability, we'll say that. But tobacco comes in different forms. Tobacco comes in different forms. Smoking is just one. What about the smokeless tobacco? That is also very important, and women in Meghalaya consumes other forms of tobacco in huge proportions. You have heard the data quoted by our mission director. The 8,000 deaths per year in Meghalaya. And they don't come from smokers only. They come from those who consume smokeless tobacco like what? Like gutkhas, like your pan para. They are all different forms of tobacco also. So kindly note that it's not only smoking that we are talking about over here, we are talking about smokeless tobacco also, which is equally dangerous. In that smokeless tobacco in the form of a gutkha, what they mix is, of course, bitternut is there, which is crushed, lime is there, but more important is that they also mix tobacco and nicotine in small levels so that it becomes addictive. So be very, very careful, young students. Don't say that I don't smoke, I take gutkha. It's equally harmful.